What's going on, guys? Brandon from BYND Trading. Time for another market recap. Today is 27th August. Interesting day. Today was a little gap up and strong little squeeze pops here in the pre-market. So what we're looking at right now is a daily recap of the daily notes I post every day about a market before open. Never haven't edited it. 7:19 a.m. posted a little bit earlier today. We had a lot of interesting price action here, but we're going to go over these plays right here. Feel free to pause it, check them out, see how they played out. I'm going to explain how we use these daily levels in this list. So the SPY right there chopped a split in the weekly from yesterday, and what I'm talking about here is our split level on the lessons tab. Just taught a private lesson. There we go. The split level in the green, weekly here is resistance. So just chopped these levels yesterday for a big move up. For yesterday, it finally popped the weekly level here in pre-market. This is the candle I'm talking about here in today's fact. Squeezed up directly on our weekly level. Had a nice, really big push up there. Now, watching how the SPY reacts to the 289 when it gets down there. So we have that 289 level right here, and that was that ghost wick we had used before. But right from the daily notes now, we're watching the 9 EMA on the daily coming in, possibly a quick pop to 290. Now, anticipating a quick up, quick down pop here. We had the 9 EMA. Here's the daily chart coming into our price action today. So I was looking for a quick pop up to 290. This is an hour before market open. We got to 289.95. I'm sorry, I missed it by 05. So good pop there, good resistance. And then I wanted to see how the market reacted to my 289 ghost level. Again, you got to be an elite member for me to explain how these confirmation levels work, and I can help you understand these directional picks. So looking at the 289, I just want to zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Let's get rid of this guy. That was a lesson one. But you see the double top here directly at the 289 on the market itself under the 200 EMA. Nice little wet snap. Right back over for double top confirmation and a 289 weakness. Now, there's a couple of different reasons that level was picked for a huge downtrend, and then we capitalized on a couple of these plays. Early on, real early, we had shop long and ROKU long all-time highs, looking for those easy squeeze points up. We took a couple real easy plays here. Where's my regular chart? There we go. A couple of real easy plays here over pre-market highs. Squeezed up, pulled back VWAP, and we grabbed a squeeze play here. And then we also longed a couple of the VWAP tags up for just a couple 1.5 scalps. And then we, of course, had an algo line that picked the top for the short biased here, had the roll over the 100 EMA, and we've been short biased ever since under the 2 back here at the end of the lesson. ROKU coming into the long play here as well. Made a couple bucks here on ROKU. Nice little consolidation here, flag. I was looking for the pullback to the 98 EMA early here on the 1 minute chart, and that was just coming up into here, pulled back into the 9, got snapped back up. We played this progression play right here, and then we hopped on the short train here a little bit later, and I'll give you one freebie for the algo line here that we used. It was a pretty simple one. Just looked for the confirmation of weakness under trend. All we had to do is break down the trend, pop up into trend, have a weak consolidation paired with our volume system in this consolidation. We had a doji following a red. All my elite members know what that means. So doji indecision, red coming. Big short potential play. 2 of our members actually called the weakness right here as well. So using those elite systems as they should be. Had a really nice target. Confirmation weakness under the 146 and change in pennies. Of course, the 100 EMA. ROKU reacts to the 100 EMA. Better than usually any of the other EMAs. We call the bounce play right here as well into this 100 EMA in the green, but confirmation of weakness, high range open fail, real easy short play in a ROKU there, capitalize on some dollars there. So let's get into the other trade plans of attacks here. AMD was 30.50 over under again today, daily on the doji. We're still in engulfed price range like a lot of this stuff, so we just used 30.50 over under waiting for confirmation of trend. So here's our peach line. That's 30.50 for AMD. We came all the way down to 30.50. We couldn't hold it as support, popped up, rejected as resistance, retrace, 50s under the VWAP, bread and butter rejection play here, came back up, nice short all the way down, still continuing downtrend. Now that it's under 30, 30 was the next hefty resistance, so if you missed that first short, you definitely had an opportunity to scalp a few into that 30 push on the double top on AMD. Johnson & Johnson had press release after hours, Corian Baby Center, plus the verdict that was released. So I was watching the 200 EMA and the 130 support today for that long and recovery. So let me stretch these out a bit. This was a real early play here. Here's the 130 as a whole. Here's the 200 EMA. So it came back up, hit that 30 resistance, or 130 resistance, came down, held the VWAP and held this range of the pre-market, popped up to 200, squeezed it, flagged out really nice and squeezed out the 130. But right as it came over the 130 long, we targeted right here, right from the daily notes, 132.30s, about 132.50 almost, but this resistance line was our long target. 130 was the blue entry. Orange is always resistance on my chart. And right from the daily notes, it said we'll watch the 200 EMA and 130 support. Target 132.50. But of course, we reiterated a little bit on that one, but 132.30s, 40s. Really nice 2.5 points on JNJ today. Very easy progression. Facebook was an easy long here. We seen it hold the 200 EMA on the daily yesterday. Really nice. We expected up a little gap up push just to the 9 EMA today. Had a really nice push up we used. So this is private lesson again. Bam. There we go. Right from the daily notes, it said the 200 EMA held up on the daily, expecting a pop with how strong after hours action was. Here, watching yesterday's high as support and the 180 as a whole if it pulls back for a quick ramp up today. So the 180, of course, we had gapped up and over that. I was looking for a pull into that, but yesterday's high as support. Now, if you see, notice right here in the pre-market, yesterday's high was acted as support right here, which is that 180.50, popped up over the split and ramped. Now, we had long all over this, two different resistance levels for our long target, which was 182.30s, then up here at the 183.40s. Two nice little easy longs there, and of course, we had the reverse bias, 50 dropped over the under the VWAP, came back down, hit pre-levels, gave you a short entry, M play, retrace, and we have a couple people holding short on Facebook there. So definitely some decent play there on Facebook. And again, I broke down a lot of these a little early, so a lot of those plays happen pre-market and then ramp up at open, but they still work out quite nicely. So Apple are still in engulf price action, but we had a perfect doji on this one today, and all you had to do is play accordingly for the doji levels and the 4-hour levels. So fat body doji, we had over unders. We had 206.50 and 205. So 206, 205. Real close to that 206.50. That was the bottom of that because that huge wipe from the top of the doji brought us all the way down into the opening price. Here's the bottom body of that doji. Now we play doji levels accordingly for continuation as well. So the market direction was already picked. We waited for a pushback up in that 205.80s here. That was that doji body. Then of course we had the opening price and pre-market fails, and you had a couple different options for the doji, but really easy doji play on a lot of this stuff because we're engulfed. SQ is another one over under this level. Doji body 6287. Decided to hold it, had the W squeeze play, had long play available. Then it got real weak. 50 cross VWAP, bearish manner, consolidations weak, volume system in play under this level. Premium short play under the doji body per usual. So right here, directly center, 6280 resistance, came back down. Nice play. ROKU. I think we already went over this one, didn't we? Well, we scalp tops, yeah, but I don't know why it's so far down on my list. I might have posted it twice, but another good play there. The Mitsu is interesting. BYND grabbed this huge gap up, and I was going to watch it over under right here at 158. We had a couple range levels there, kind of squeezed there. It had a nice short squeeze. Looked at the 100 EMA. I think a couple of the guys capitalized at the 100 EMA here because that's a BYND meets over under level per usual. But then now it's just kind of stagnant at the gap fill. Not really that fun, but those are most of the big hitters today on the daily notes that we have, and giving you action for the day. So that's all we got. We'll see you at the next recap tomorrow.